This is the Tombs of Amascut, Raid 3 in Old School RuneScape. Some players love it, some absolutely hate it, and a lot of people don't even know what a RuneScape raid is. This is that same point-and-click MMORPG from the early 2000s that we all played as kids, back when beating Jad in the fight caves was the ultimate flex. TOA features 4 unique paths that blend puzzles and combat, a custom difficulty system called invocations, and some of the best loot in the game, the Tumeken Shadow. Recently, Jagex launched the Summer Sweep Up update, aimed at cleaning up mechanics across the board and making Tombs of Amascut feel faster, smoother, and more in line with the pacing of Raids 1 and 2. First up, the Path of Krondis, home to everyone's favorite angry crocodile, Zebak. This path starts with a puzzle where you fill jugs, dodge traps, and deliver water to a palm tree. In the recent Summer Sweep Up update, the volume of water required for the Path of Krondis no longer scales linearly with the number of players. This means you'll be able to make mistakes or two in a larger group. Once you've braved the desert plumbing, it's time to face Zebak himself. This boss is all about positioning, awareness, and quick prayer switches. He mixes up magic, ranged, poison, and wave attacks, sometimes all at once. You'll need to dodge tidal waves by standing in the safe tiles, avoid poison pools, and keep an eye out for boulders thrown from the sky. Once defeated, you pass through to take on the next path in the tombs. Next up is the Path of Scarabs, and at the end of it, the giant scarab herself, Kephri. But before this boss fight, you've got a puzzle room that's pretty simple apart from one obelisk section that everyone seems to avoid. Once you're to Kephri, the fight is a mix of crowd control and boss damage. She periodically becomes shielded, forcing you to target the smaller helper scarabs that break her barrier. Meanwhile, she's lobbing massive firebombs, throwing actual dung at you, and summoning scarabs to swarm the area and heal her up. The Summer Sweep Up also touched this room. You'll see soldier scarabs have had their magic defense reduced, scarabs inside Kephri's encounter no longer scale their defense with raid level, and the arcane scarab are now guaranteed to move under a certain number of attacks regardless of whether or not they have been hit. It is easy to get overwhelmed, so clear fast, spread out, and stay mobile. There's no set order for completing the 4 paths in the Tombs of Amascut, and it's actually a bit of a debate within the community which ones are best to start with and which to save for last. A big reason for this is the helpful spirit that appears after you clear your second path. This spirit offers 3 choices: life, chaos, and power. Each one gives different utility, from healing and restoration potions to breakable scarabs that trigger special effects, adrenaline potions that save your special attack energy, most notably though, the smelling salts that temporarily overload and boost all your stats. Newer players often favor life for its surplus of healing and prayer restoration supplies, while more experienced raiders rely on their knowledge of the mechanics to avoid damage and take advantage of the DPS boost. It's a team effort, and the most successful groups communicate and share supplies to create a balanced loadout for the remaining fights. One of my favorite changes from the Summer Sweep Up is the new full bank deposit option added next to the helpful spirit. Previously you could only deposit certain potions, now you can bank anything. It's a simple update, but it makes prep and inventory management way smoother for the fight ahead. Next is the Path of Het, the puzzle room where skilling before raiding really pays off. Players with 85 mining can use a tick-perfect method to one down the puzzle. Around the room you'll find mirrors that need to be picked up, placed in specific spots to bounce a beam of light onto the seal in the center. You'll need to clear obstacles, dodge orbs flying across the room, and time everything properly to progress to the boss fight. When you enter Akka's arena, you'll see he's standing on a giant compass. The map is split into 4 colored quadrants. Akka uses all 3 combat styles against you, and he'll rotate his prayers to block your attacks, forcing you to swap between melee, ranged, and mage. As you deal damage, he'll spawn a shadow clone and become immune until that clone is taken out. He also has several special attacks that affect the whole team. One of them turns everyone black, and when it happens, each player spawns an orb around themselves if they move that damages anyone it touches. Movement during this phase guarantees a hit on your teammate stacked on top of you, and probably pisses them off. When you're black, don't move. Then there's the white phase. Everyone gets marked and a countdown begins. When it hits 0, every player will send out a wave of damage from their location. This is where trusted teammates stack up, and the ones who don't trust anyone run for their lives.
Akka also disappears at certain points, triggering the Simon Says phase. One by one, the 4 quadrants light up in a specific order, and you have to step into each quadrant in the correct sequence. Mess it up, and you'll take heavy damage. After you've progressed through the 4 quadrants, he'll disappear and spawn 4 shadow clones around the room. Only one of them can be damaged with melee, and that target changes regularly. White orbs will start flying across the room, and if you don't dodge them, they can take you out fast. Some teams will stack to share the damage, others will run like hell. How much do you trust your team? A couple of the most notable summer sweep-up changes to be found in this room is that Akka only protects against the same style he's attacking with. Protection prayers now mitigate more damage from Akka's basic attacks. You'll find less chip damage throughout the entire encounter. The most notable change from the summer sweep-up in Akka's Enrage phase, often referred to as the Come phase, where fast-moving projectiles fly across the arena. The number of orbs has been reduced, and honestly, it feels a bit too sparse now. There's a noticeable drop in pressure during what used to be a very high intense moment. Last, we have the Path of Apmeken. Before you get to Baba, you'll have to clear one of the most chaotic puzzle rooms in the raid. Waves of monkeys flood in, each using different combat styles, and each is weak to its own opposite. Melee monkeys are weak to mage, range monkeys weak to melee, and magic monkeys weak to range. You'll be swapping styles constantly to keep up. You've also got shaman monkeys summoning minions and volatile monkeys that chase down players and explode, forcing everyone to stay alert and keep moving. And, while all of it's happening, one player is randomly chosen with sight. They're the one who can see the hidden threat in the room. Maybe it's noxious fumes coming out of a vent, a cracked pillar about to collapse, or even a teammate in the need of urgent healing. It's their job to call it out so the team can react before the next wave hits. On to Baba. Once you've survived the monkey waves and fixed all the chaos in the puzzle room, it's time to face Baba. She'll throw boulders around the room, target players with massive AoE smashes, and spawn monkeys that deal real damage to the team. They also attack the sarcophagus on the sides of the room, and if it gets destroyed, it releases a burst of magic damage across the entire arena. At 66 and 33% health, Baba jumps to the top of the arena and starts rolling boulders down at your team. You'll need to attack the weakened boulder while dodging the waves of rumble until she comes back down. Then she'll start focusing melee attacks on the person with the lowest HP. The summer sweep-up made huge changes to this room as well. Now if done properly, it could be a 0 damage encounter. Protect from melee now mitigates all damage from Baba. Baba now spawns 1 to 4 baboons rather than 1 to 8 depending on the group size. Damage from Baba's boulder throw attack is now always split completely with any appropriate object. This means that even splitting the damage with sarcophagi will nullify the damage that you take. Now onto the Warden phase. After clearing all 4 paths, you'll face the final challenge in the Tombs of Amascut, the Warden encounter. This fight unfolds in multiple phases, starting with a battle to drain the power from the central obelisk before it fully charges the wardens on either side. In this phase, your team works together to deal as much damage as possible to the obelisk. Typically, one player will tank the energy charges, preventing both wardens from powering up too much and reducing the intensity of the incoming attacks. While this is happening, damaging UFO-style orbs will float above certain tiles, forcing constant movement. The wardens on the left and right also unleash various attacks, some that require your team to spread out, and others where it's required to stack together to mitigate damage. Phase 1 isn't too complicated, but it's a DPS check. If your team stalls too long, the unavoidable damage really adds up. Handle mechanics cleanly, and you'll be through it without much trouble. Phase 2 of the Warden fight is usually where things start to fall apart. Whichever Warden fully charged during Phase 1 steps into the arena, and from here, it's a real test of focus. He's only weak to one specific combat style at a time, so your team needs to coordinate and swap accordingly to break his shield and deal damage effectively. While you're trying to chip away at him, he'll be throwing out attacks from all 3 combat styles, so keep your prayers switching. He also has a couple of special attacks to watch for. One will disable your prayer, so be ready to turn it back on immediately. The obelisk in the center is still trying to get you. It alternates between spreading lava-like floor patterns and launching massive AoE bomb blasts that can disable your prayer and chunk your health. There are a few safe spots, but you'll need to react fast and move cleanly to reach them. Once the warden's shield is broken, he drops his core of energy, and this is your moment to unleash everything you've got. This phase is all about high burst melee DPS. You'll see teams dump special attacks here, usually with adrenaline potions that half the cost of the chain spec weapons like dragon daggers for big damage. If your team's execution is clean, you can push to phase 3 in just 2 core downs, but most teams go for 3 downs instead. It takes a little longer, but it gives you a chance to build up more points for better loot. This phase is intense, there's a lot going on at once and it's easy to get overwhelmed. Stick to your role, listen to your team lead, and don't die, because phase 3 is coming and your squad is going to need you. Now, phase 3 kicks off with the warden rising up in the center of the arena. He starts with floor stomp attacks, sending waves rippling across the tiles. This phase is all about syncing up with your team, finding a rhythm, and keeping pressure on. Fall out a step and it's easy to get left behind or even wiped. As you chip down the warden's health, he'll spawn skulls throughout the room. These need to be taken out quickly. Once destroyed, they'll fly back to the warden and damage him, triggering another floor slam sequence. Now, the past comes back to haunt you. The ghost of Zebak appears on the edge of the arena, hurling the same magic and ranged projectiles you dealt with in his encounter. You'll need to keep your protection prayers correct, dodge the incoming attacks, and stay on top of floor mechanics, all while continuing to damage the warden and clear skulls respectively. Then it gets even more intense. Baba's ghost joins the party, throwing boulders at players just like in her original fight. Now you're juggling floor waves, skull spawns, projectiles from 2 bosses, prayer flicking, and boulder dodging. Remember when all you had to do was just fight Jad? Keep dodging, keep praying, keep nuking those skulls, and bring the warden down as fast as you can, because if you've made it this far, there's just one more phase between you and victory. Now we're on the enraged phase. At this point, you've really pissed off the warden. He knows he's about to fail in protecting the tombs, and more importantly, the loot locked inside the chests behind him. So now he's throwing everything he's got at your team. There's no more floor stomps happening. Instead, the warden starts charging floor tiles, calling down lightning strikes, and deleting entire rows of the arena as the fight goes on. The longer you take, the less space you have, until there's barely any room left to dodge. Zebak is still firing ranged and magic attacks, and Baba's throwing boulders, forcing you to keep praying, keep moving, and keep thinking. You've got to count your ticks, watch your positioning, and never stay still, or you'll get zapped, smashed, or sniped. This is the final check. Survive it, and the tombs are yours.
Hey, let's go. For the boy Dobbs.
Bro.
Oh, hell yeah, dog.
Good luck, boys.
Full shadow.
I'm tight, buddy. We could do it. We could use it. I mean, first purple in a 355 today, please. Yes!
Oh, no way,
dude!
Let's fucking go!
That's what I'm fucking saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying!
Fuck yes!
That is fucking huge, bro.
Hell yeah!
Take and leave, bro. Take and leave.
There's auto attack.
Oh no.
Oh, someone's dead.
Can I take this?
That's
No,
me.
you just PK'd him. Can I
I
take
wasn't next
this?
to the coffin, bro. Unbelievable.
DD,
On me,
I'm not
friend.
moving. Oh shit. I'm moving.
Bro, on me, on!
No, melee.
Wait, did you die? What the fuck just happened?
On!
I moved on you. I was moving, brother.
I'm not moving! I was moving, brother says I'm not fucking moving!
You did the same thing as I did to him before. Red, white, yellow, and white.
Green, blue, Roy, G, Biv, orange, yellow, purple. I hope you both fucking die.
I can't believe you did the same thing as I did to him. That's so funny.
You're what? Oh, never mind. Where do I go? I'm staying on you, OD.
Oh, the you sprint. Oh, never mind, sprint. So my bad, bro. We thought.
Yeah, just stay.
Oh. Ah, but that's okay.
Oh, sprint.
What the heck happened?
I done fucked up, boys.
Oh, hey, Sprint.
Shit! I nearly fucking died.
Walking to the back to say hello is hilarious.
I just did 2 damage spec.
Like he's actually just stuck in aggro towards where I died.
Zero, 1. I love this guy.
Spread!
No, Spren!
You were standing
What?
on the poison, bro.
Damn, you fucking trash.
Did that count as a fucking death?
It would
that
appear
counts as
so.
death, bro.
Fucking way. What? Did I just step on poison?